This is going to be my season 2 episode 4 review for Halo. My god, that was the best episode of this entire series so far. It was actually a good episode. I've been asking for something like this for the entire life of this show, and we've just never really gotten a good episode besides this one. This is hands down the best one they've ever made. The writing was just so much better. The action was actually in the show. We barely ever get action in the show for whatever reason, but the action was just awesome in this. Like, just watching Chief go against all these elites without his armor, which is also a negative I'm going to talk about later, but it was just really, really cool to see all of the elites and jackals and everything, and, you know, Soren coming back to Reach, and him and Halsey running around trying to not die, essentially. I thought the acting was also very good in this episode, especially from Pablo Schreiber. I really liked his performance here. And the writing, my god, with that Keyes speech near the end of the episode, that was absolutely amazing. I even had goosebumps. And RIP, man, I know some people are going to be really upset with his death because it doesn't follow what happened in the games, but, you know, I don't really understand why they did it. Like, I feel like that could have been someone else. Maybe it should have been Quan, I don't know. And that's another positive for this episode. There was no Quan, no Rubble, none of Soren's kid. It was just focused on the fall of Reach, and I really appreciated that. And back to the action, because like I said, we don't really get a lot of action in this series for whatever reason, so when we do get it, it's gotta be like this. It has to be awesome, which in this episode it was. And, you know, I just really, really liked it, just blowing up elites with grenades. We even saw Wraith, Vanek with a Needler, RIP to Vanek too. That ending was, you know, very, very sad. But I think they're going to kill off a lot of Chief's team just to make him more solo, so that by the time he actually goes to the Halo ring, it's going to be just him. Now let's talk about my negatives, and the first one is going to be Makee. I just really don't like her character. I just find her annoying and kind of useless for this story. I don't know if there's any Makee fans out there that are going to be upset by those comments, but I just don't like this character, and she was never in the game, so I don't really think she needs to be in this show. And if the theory is correct that she's pregnant with Chief's baby, you're going to lose a lot of viewers if that happens. My next negative is the fact that Chief did not wear the damn armor again. I know that's a big critique that everyone keeps saying, like, Chief needs to have the helmet on, Chief needs to have the armor on, and for whatever reason, he doesn't have it again. And like I said, the action was great in this episode, but one thing kept, you know, popping up in my mind. I was like, this would be 1,000 times better if Chief was actually in his armor. Like, yeah, it's cool, the action's great, and we're seeing Pablo Schreiber do some really cool stunt work and everything, but at the end of the day, it's a Halo show, and if you're not wearing Chief's armor, what's the point? Because I figured he was going to be having some really cool fight scenes just in his normal, like, civilian clothes, and then he was going to end up getting his armor, and then we're going to get, like, a really badass suit-up scene, and then just him going after all the elites. I thought it would have been glorious. And the other Spartans too, because they didn't put their armor on either, but we didn't get that. Right at the part where I was like, okay, they're definitely getting their armor now. They were like, it's time to suit up. And then someone says, oh, the armor's not here. And I'm like, really? Come on. It would have been such a cool scene for them to just suit up and just go to town and just destroy all these elites and Covenant forces. It would have been so damn cool. Like, just imagine Chief suit up, hit the ground, bop, 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 blowing up elites. It would have been so damn amazing. And now that the armor is gone, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, the guy needs the armor. It's a Halo show. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really have a lot of problems. Like, sure, they spent a little bit of time doing some unnecessary things, and there was some moments where, you know, they're talking to people and it really kind of slows down the episode. Like, for example, Reach is literally getting blown up, and then there's just some shop lady that has a conversation with the Chief and Agent or Sergeant Perez, and it's just like, what? Like, why are we doing this? And then the lady just says, like, basically, I'm gonna die. Whatever, okay. And it's like, okay, well, why did we spend time with you? The planet is literally getting attacked. We should be running to go get the armor and a bunch of weapons and meet up with the other Marines. But yeah, overall, I really liked this episode. I thought it was probably the strongest episode in the entire series so far. I'm going to give Season 2, Episode 4 an 8 out of 10. Really, really solid episode. I think if they just did a couple of things, like gave the Spartans their armor, and then maybe didn't have Keyes die in a way that's different from the games, and didn't have Makee in this episode, I think it could have been like a 9 or maybe even a 10 out of 10, who knows. Really solid episode. I really hope that this quality continues for the rest of the season. But let me know what you guys thought about Season 2, Episode 4. It was called Reach. Let me know if it's your favorite episode in the series, why or why not.